Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 282 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. It's nice to be hanging out with you guys today. And I want to say thank you again, as always, for listening and sharing. It means a lot to me. It helps me reach more people when you share. And right now, our mental health it's becoming a bigger and bigger problem. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. So it's kind of a big deal when you share something positive. It makes a big impact. You never know how much of an impact, in fact. Okay, so have you ever started something with the full intent on seeing it through, but it quickly got forgotten to a shiny new object? Yes, me too. I used to start and stop so many diets in the past that eventually when I would start one, I knew deep down it wasn't going to last. And that isn't a fun place to be, especially when I really, really wanted to lose weight at a lot of different stages in my adult life. I bet you can relate. Most people can, because the food industry and the way our food is now, it's pretty hard to stay lean and fit and healthy. Now, my consistency with these diets was more in line with quitting than with sticking to it. But here I am now. I'm exactly the size I want to be, and I've kept the weight off for years. So what changed? It's simply my beliefs. I no longer make promises to myself that I don't keep. Now, I showed myself what was possible, and when you do that, the sky is the limit. And I did it after I was 40. I'm in better shape now and a smaller size now than I was when I was like 28. Maybe even younger. And it doesn't matter your age, but I know it does get harder as we get older. But when you consistently eat for nutrition, your body automatically will go to the size that it's meant to be. So I changed my belief that I could do it. My new belief is I do not make promises to myself that I don't keep. I just don't. I also believe that I'm a person who doesn't quit. That one simple belief alone could change your world. I believe I'm a person who doesn't quit. I mean, it's powerful. When my baby sister was in college, Eric used to tell her, in 2 years, you'll either be walking across the stage to get your degree, or you'll be wishing that you were. And which one it is depends on your consistency. It depends on your power to not quit. You see, classes were really hard for her, and there were things that she would rather be doing, like most college kids, right? But the decisions you make today will decide where you're heading. I mean, if she kept not going to class, she wasn't going to be walking across the stage in 2 years. But if she stuck with it and didn't quit, then of course she would be. I mean, it's really easy to just eat the cake or skip the class or have the drink, not work out, because it doesn't seem like that one thing makes a difference, but it really does. And it's not about that one workout or the one drink or the one dessert. It can't be, because that one workout is not going to show up immediately in the mirror. It's not going to show up as 1 pound lighter on the scale that afternoon, but it will show up in the way you feel, in the way you wear your clothes, in the way you interact with everyone you run into that day. And it'll show up in the way you talk to yourself. So it does show up immediately, just not in the way that you think. And that's pretty powerful if you think about that. We want it to show up on the scale, but it's showing up in the way we show up. It's showing up in the way we feel, which is really, really big. I mean, we have these beliefs about ourselves. Some of them are so entrenched from when we were kids even, and it's not easy to change them. But creating a new belief, I think that's easier. I mean, once you create a new belief and you become aware of making every decision from that one new belief, you don't have to complicate it. You don't have to worry about changing all the old ones, because we got a lot of them. We all do. Just try to imprint that new one. So my suggestion is you use this one. I'm a person who never quits. According to Ed Mylett, that's the number one skill we need to be successful. Now, someone can be smarter, more talented, but if you are the one that never quits, you'll win. And you control that. Think about it. What could you accomplish if you were a person that never quits? And look, we don't have to make this harder than it needs to be. Let's be honest. We all have a lot of beliefs floating around in our heads. Trying to knock out all the limiting beliefs is really, really hard. And it's confusing. But creating a new one that's not confusing, it's because it's one belief and we know what it means. And we know how to keep it if we're being honest. So a person who never quits doesn't quit on their relationships. They don't quit on the health and nutrition. They don't quit when their job or their career gets hard. They don't quit just because they had a bad day, which we all have. So you see how that one belief, it could be pretty powerful if you just take it on. Now, if that doesn't work, that one isn't working for you, I have one more. I'm a person that keeps my promises to myself. The person who keeps their promises doesn't eat any more chips after they say they won't, like me when I buy those Siete gluten-free, grain-free kettle chips. They're so good. I eat what I want, and then I have to promise myself that I won't eat any more that day. Otherwise, I'll eat the whole bag. It works for me to do that because I trust myself. My husband, when he goes to work meetings, a lot of times they bring in donuts. Now, he'll make a promise to himself that he's not going to have a donut. And he brings a seed bar just in case he gets hungry. But otherwise, he'd eat it if he didn't make that promise to himself. Just that one belief can change so much. My challenge to you today is to choose one of those beliefs and put it to work immediately. You can show yourself in the next hour just how powerful it can be. Maybe say, I'm only going to use 1 packet of sugar instead of 3 in my coffee, and then do it. The more you use it, the more you will trust yourself. Now, warning, don't use it if you know it's something you aren't going to do. At first, make it easy to imprint the belief. So maybe start with small things like I'm going to be on time all day today, or I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water today, or I'm going to stay off my phone within an hour of bedtime. I think you get the picture. Do something that's easy and doable and show yourself just how powerful you are. And that's that power of that new belief. I'm a person that keeps my promises to myself, and I'm also a person who doesn't quit. When you implement that one belief, you show yourself how powerful you are. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.